This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. Lurching closer to the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talked about this Falcon defense. They ended this with number 13 Charles in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little. I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An early tough task on the opening drive. This is third and 8. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. After last week's loss, this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire here in a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
Great blocking on the return. It brings him for 25. And it will be Falcon football. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield. He's spotted at the 49. 16 yards right off the bat for first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So one play already just shy of midfield. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line set to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming up on the losses they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Now it's second and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Out of the gun now on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard after the 39. You talk about this Falcon defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. And a quick throw here that's complete. I'll go down to a gain of 6. And now it's third and 3. It's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Yeah, this won't be enough. Stop the yard short after a gain of 3. Fourth down.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your other side of
the field. But boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, gutsy call. They're going to go for this on fourth and a yard. Needing the touchdowns, they run with a fullback. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback die. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man, go get it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7. They'll keep leading on the running game. Back to the ground. Looking for a seam to finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Four receivers in the package. Here's 37. They'll look to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're not going to get the kickoff in time. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's a high kick and hit pretty well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll start on the ground here with first down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D-lineman to make the play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now this one to his tight end on the right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and 1. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Falcons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Second and 5. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. He takes this nearly 25, just a little pass there, call it to 26. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season. If you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kinds of games because here we got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot of playoff football.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The offense on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball out of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he didn't know where it went backwards. Back to the 33. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as it'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man in his first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you play field position. That's an absolute bomb of the punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Man, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there. It'll be 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt that they thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And now the throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get to the 29-yard line block down there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And now an audible here into something else. On 3rd and short, he'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. I do believe, yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now for the 33. They're going to look to throw. Now, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game, now 11 on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Something Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they'll keep leading on the running game back to the ground. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the results, negative yardage. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's third and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's fourth down. And on now is the punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at the 18. And he takes it beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. And this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Still a few inches short of the first down as they come up now on second down. Now left side on a swing pass. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards there on first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Dancing to his left. Be a sack, but it's no gain. He brings up second down.
Like it's business negative, he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these D3 corners, they end up winding up being special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And this will be caught at the 30. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin the next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 hits. He's out to the 30.
I do know from experience, when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And second and 10, they'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, and now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops them behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That one deep for London, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Let's take it on the 25. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So first and 10, full score on this drive. Might have to start digging into their second half blowout material. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. 44 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Second and 10. And now they'll shift things around. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Looking to throw. Looking for London on the out route complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, come on now. 56 to Mike.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This pass is caught by London. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second and 6. And now here's a carry heading left. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ramondre Stevenson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Oilers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Let's go, fellas.
Now they'll change things up.
Check, check. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give up the middle. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. That one deep for London. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
71 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Falcons, the victory moves them to